we can just get right into it. And I'm going to load it up right now. We're going to switch over, and it will be Nomad, of course, for game number 1, komtan versus Somero. And as you can see, these seeds are pretty close. Seed 58 against seed 71. And I believe both of these players are sitting around like 120 in the world, something like that, 150. Something along those lines. So both very good players. Not really in the spotlight all too often. And we have a Doughnut Nomad with a big old lake in the middle. See if either of these players decide to go for that. We see Spanish for komtan over here. And we see Malians for Somero. Now, Spanish get the TC up faster because they build 30% faster. Will you be posting your casts on YouTube? Yeah, some of them. The good sets I'll be posting on YouTube. Yep. Spanish build faster, so their TC goes up and their dock and houses and whatnot. They also have the access to conquistadors, which are a very strong castle age unit. But Malians spend less wood on their buildings, so that means they can afford a fishing ship right away while they're building their TC. So it's similar to Persians. They get a little bit of a head start over their opponent. I saw this set at T90 yesterday, so I'll come back next set. Wait, did he cast this yesterday? Wait, what? What? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Unless he grabbed this one. It's not on the schedule. Anyway, I'm going to cast it anyway because I felt like it. I don't know. I have not watched him. Well, someone give me some useful information. All right. komtan is going and docking the center area. And unlike the last Nomad that we saw, this pond has a lot of fish. And it's got 2 fish right nearby this dock. This is a great dock, actually. Really close to his TC, so he can send this villager to safety if he needs to. He can take this fish here. And 2 deep fish right nearby. And he can just relocate his dock to any other part of this pond. Somero going for the dock over here, and if komtan had docked this area, his fish could be in danger, but of course Somero can't portage across the land to get his fire ships or galleys or whatever into that lake in the middle. So Somero is going to have to do some great scouting to figure out where komtan is fishing. Right now he cannot access him at all. Fishing ships out a little bit earlier from Somero, and that is the Malians coming into effect. Like we talked about before, they spend less wood on the buildings, so they can get that fishing ship out quicker. komtan going for his first boar. Let's see what he can spot. So he spots another boar over here. That's great. He has the gold right nearby. Where is the stone? The nearest stone that he can see is over here, which is going to be super important for the Spanish. There's also a stone up here that he can access. So it's got a pretty good layout over on this side of the map. I'm surprised he actually found a space to put that TC with all these hills here. You say that, but remember the mem ship clip with the fire ship? Yeah, the fire ship on land yesterday was pretty crazy. Why the Civ names are not available in the overlay? They are right here. Do you see? Spanish and Malians. See that? Capture Age shows almost everything. You just need to know where to look. So if you're ever wondering what civs the players are playing, you can see the icons down here, and you can see the names of the civs. So sorry. No, don't worry about it, dude. I was the same way. I didn't think it was intuitive. I thought they should show them up here when I first saw this version of Capture Age. But once you're used to it, you'll be able to see it every single time. Okay, great scouting here from Somero. He's scouting this entire area of the map up here. No komtan yet. Hasn't spotted this dock here, which is unfortunate for him. But will likely lose this sheep when he sends it back up this way. To the TC from komtan. So he'll have an idea of where komtan is. And komtan's actually, wow, going way far afield for that boar. Way far afield. komtan will go Kongs. Thank you, Chemical. Thank you. What a prediction there. The Spanish player going Conquistadors and Nomad. Oh my goodness. Chemical is on the ball today. komtan saving that villager. It was pretty weak, getting him inside the TC and getting the boar in. And komtan's build looks pretty good here. But Somero is ahead. And Somero is ahead because it looks like komtan had to get loom to go get that boar from so far away. And Somero, as we look at his villagers, does not have loom yet. So that'll even out when Somero clicks it. Will we see map resource counts on CA again like we did in the Voobly days? I mean, it might be a functionality. I might just not be aware of it. It doesn't really matter for a 1v1 Nomad until late game, right? If we're talking about community games, we could, you know, how much wood is on 582 trees? That's 11.5k wood. And I'm not even selecting all the trees. I'm just selecting this tree. And then we get that tree. And then we get that type of tree. Okay. Neither player's up yet. Somero gathering the food. komtan bringing in another boar. And Somero going for another dock on this side. komtan has not yet placed a second dock. Maybe thinking about this area. Let's see what komtan can see. He has no idea that red is docked down here. And he has no idea where red's base is yet. I think he's going to find it right here. Yeah, he'll lose this sheep. So he'll have a good idea of where Somero has his economy. Yep. He should know. The TC is over there now. Can't be a docking villager. Has to be the TC. And he'll know exactly where to attack. Man, these guys are waiting a long time to click up. They might just both go for FC. I mean, and you can't really blame them. komtan has safe fish in the middle. Somero has fish on both sides. Fairly safe. And that seems like a viable strategy here, as komtan is the first one to click up. Somero is going to find these villagers. komtan will see that with his own vills. And if komtan noticed that vill, he should know that the dock is somewhere around here, because it doesn't make sense for that vill to be over there and for the TC to be over here. In the map seed for this Nomad, is there anything to keep the villagers apart? Seems to often create opposite side TCs. They don't, as a rule, spawn in the opposite sides of the map. But in general, they're a little bit further apart. So the odds are that players are going to go to their respective side, right? The other T90 game should be today, right? No, T90 made it through to the next round. Spoiler alert. And he's going to be playing up against Tato. There's a good meme. There's a good meme on T90's Twitter about it. If you saw that. Oh man, I might have to pull it up at some point. T90 retweeted it. It was good. All right, market here for komtan, and yeah, both players are just going for FC. And komtan is not doing anything about this dock yet. He's perfectly content with keeping his dock in the middle. He hasn't redocked, which I would love to see another dock over here somewhere. I think that would be great. Just to keep up the efficiency there. But he's deciding to just go pure one dock right now. Send villagers to stone, get up to castle age. Attack this wall a little bit and pressure this villager. And get the conquistadors on the field. Fire galley on the way from red as komtan walls in this villager. However, it's not going to stay walled in for very long. And at the moment, I think red will be happy with this because he can happily take this shorefish for the next 150 food. Somero, what is the plan? That's the question. Are you going monks? Usually, if you're matching up against conquistadors, you want to have some sort of monk defense. It looks like komtan is finally going for that second dock in the pond, fishing very safely there. You want to have some sort of monk defense or some sort of crossbows, maybe siege behind your crossbows or monks. Conquistadors are very difficult to deal with just camels or knights. So going for cavalry, maybe not the best answer. Spoiler alert after spoiling. Yeah, sorry. Wow, komtan building a dock within the sight of the fishing ships from red. And he's going to be a minute faster to the castle age, but he won't have time to fully produce a unit. And you have to wonder if that war galley upgrade is going to come in right away from him. See, he makes the dock, and then he's not making anything else. Demo ship, fire ship, anything, my friend? So he waited until he hit Castle Age to make a fire galley? There's the upgrade right here. War galley is coming in, which will upgrade his fire galley into a fire ship. And Red has figured out that komtan, I think he's figured out komtan is on this water. He has to assume. He's scouted he's literally scouted the entire shoreline. He has to know that komtan is on this water, and he's going for water pressure in the middle here. And I'd love to see komtan get some ships out there as a precautionary, just as a precaution, to deny this dock or deny his fishing ships getting killed. Does have 700 stones, so should probably think about a castle. Please don't tell me he's building a castle on the shoreline here. Brother, no, don't. Okay, sending those to berries. Where's the castle? Castle's up here. Okay, good. Good. Gillnet's coming in from Somero. He has 12 fishing ships versus the 8 from komtan. And komtan will likely lose his fairly soon. 2 fire ships out from komtan. There's going to be 5 fire galleys here from Somero. He's not even getting the upgrade as komtan comes over with a villager to repair. And that's a good demo ship from komtan. And he manages to repair the fire ship. Somero doesn't know who to target here. He gets the fire ship on that side, and he manages to get the fire ship that was being repaired by the villager too. So great stuff from Somero. I thought for a second there komtan would gain control of this water area, but Somero is going to hold on to this. Somero has to be worried about the land pressures pretty soon, though. He's killing some of the fish in the middle as komtan goes for a fire to defend. But the conquistadors will be on the way. However, Somero will be ready. Got 2 monasteries. And so far, honestly, so far, Spanish have felt a little bit underwhelming, have they not? We saw the Derpina against Ubetnir series, Spanish struggle. T90 series, Spanish struggled. This series, Spanish are going to struggle against double monastery and all the water pressure from the Malians. It feels like conks can be good if you get them into the eco, but if your opponent has any sort of answer, like monks or camels or whatnot, the conks are really gonna be ineffective. Is T90 out of the series? Out of this series. He was never in this series to begin with. Yeah, Somero has a fantastic position. He's got 3 TCs now. He's killing the fish from komtan. So komtan's going to have to add some land food eco. And right now, all he has is berries, it looks like. And komtan's going to have to do some damage. But it feels like his conks are going to get converted. Why no chat overlay on bottom left? I want to. Some people love the chat overlay. Some people don't like it. So I feel like the people who don't like it might tune out because of it, and the people who like it won't tune out because it's not there. Do you understand my reasoning? I don't think it's too big of a loss. I like it for community games too. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But for tournament games like this, I think we'll keep it on the bench for now. All right, komtan. Oh God, no! Oh, this deer is trolling him so hard, dude. That deer is trolling. Literally the biggest troll I've ever seen. That deer. Look, he just notices that all 5 of his villagers are chasing that one deer that was running around the wood line. Goes back over here. He's trying to get some extra food income so he can keep up the conch production. We look at the villager count right now. 50 villagers for Somero. 37 only for komtan as he goes for his own monk to try and convert the fire ships. He's lost all of the fish. Oh no, he still has 2 alive. Lost the majority of his fish on the middle though. As he goes up here for his siege workshop. He's going to think about pressuring this TC. But I think in Somero's position, if you get redemption and he has enough gold, there's nothing that komtan can do against you currently. And if you get a castle of your own, damn, dude. It's going to be so tough for the Spanish player to do any sort of damage. Yo, Akatsuken, thank you for the 5 gifted. Thank you so much. Thank you for being so generous. All right, here comes Somero. Oh my, did you guys see that? Can we... Okay, so red had an outpost here. And then blue puts an outpost foundation on exactly the same spot. Converts it to blue. And then red places the outpost anyway. That was... What was that? Of all the tiles that they could have put it on, red's going to lose the villager. That's the first real kill of the game. It says Eco KD a little bit more for komtan, but I think that's just over here. He killed some fishing ships. It's the first real vill kill of the game for either player, as Somero now goes for a defensive castle in this location, and he's already getting redemption. He saw the siege workshop from blue. He sees the flag on there, and it's gonna be rams from blue. Okay, rams. Somero only with 4 monks. He's gonna have to get some lucky conversions, otherwise his castle could be denied and taken out. Here comes komtan. Oh no, Somero's not looking, dude. Somero loses all 4 monks for free. The castle is denied. The rams are now gonna be attacking this castle, and I was saying I didn't think there was anything komtan could do against this defense, but Somero not managing his monks correctly, and komtan is back in it. Oh my goodness. komtan is in the driver's seat. Somero might lose this foundation at 54%. He's only got 1 monk there. Spent all that gold on monks and redemption, and he has to delete that foundation. He's going to lose another monk here, another monk here. Manages to get 1 conch, but 1 conch is not going to do it. And komtan is just pushing in. Like I said, the Japanese players can be pretty crazy. Going for rams in this situation, a lot of players wouldn't do that. A lot of players would go for the mangonel. That villager goes down. The stable is going to go down, and komtan can actually convert that camel, and this stable will follow, and the momentum is just not there for Somero. He has more villagers, 68 villagers to 46, but he has no momentum. His production buildings are dying. His castle got denied. He needs to go for another castle over here in this area, which is not really going to protect anything. And komtan is still pressuring. Somero going for a TC over here. komtan can see this with this outpost, though, I think. So he will know about that town center. He's going for... Oh my god, dude. komtan going for a forward castle on the other side of this wood line. And this is a crazy push from the Japanese player right now. No, he won't be able to deny this castle. Is he clearing up the fish? Yeah, it looks like he cleared up some of the fish from Somero. Look at the Eco KD. Most of that is fishing ships, but it's still 17-8 in komtan's favor right now. Is he even going to bring over the conchs to help his fire ship, so he can try and gain control of this water area? Rams are looping around this way. Maybe he needs to deal with this TC at some point. There's not too many villagers there, so he might be thinking about it now. There's a mangonel in defense from Somero, but the conchs should be able to deal with that. They can run right under the TC. There's no villagers really to garrison in that. How do you miss that shot? Okay, there we go. An Imperial Age on the way now from Somero. komtan is not even close. He needs to do the damage in Castle Age. Man, if Imp had been if he had been getting Imp in this TC, I would have lost my mind. I think I would have gone insane. He's not getting Imp in that TC. He's getting Imp in the safe TC. You love to see it. Or I guess you love TC it. That one's going down. It's going to be 3 TCs only for red. Soon 2 TCs only, as this one is dying too. But he will have access to trebuchets before blue does. And, oh geez, komtan has enough for another castle, but where's it going to be? I would love to see it over here. You can spot this TC. I would love to see these vills come over and drop a castle on this one. Just deny all of the resource collection from red. Fishing ships being made in this pond. Does he not know about this fire ship that's still around? He's got 842 stone. Where's it go? Oh, he's making a transport ship. That's what I was looking for when I clicked on the dock. Transport ship to get around here. It doesn't even matter, though. He can just batter his way through that market, I think. Gebetto's on the field from Somero. Those would be really helpful against the Rams. Not so helpful against the Conquistadors. And here's the castle. Here it is. All of these stone villagers coming over. Red is really going to struggle for gold. He's going to run out of this gold fairly soon. And this one is definitely going to get denied. He's gone to stone, so he thinks he needs another castle. There's the second one for him. Third one should probably be over here somewhere. But komtan is going to be pushing in, and komtan will see this castle foundation. Can he deny it? Probably not, but he can kill quite a few villagers and military. As Red is forced to fight in order to get this foundation down. Monks go down. Mangonel goes down. Castle goes up. And Red doesn't notice. Somero doesn't notice. There's so much going on for him. He won't see these villagers dying on the gold. And he's going to look back here and he's going to be so demoralized to see all of those dead bodies when he finally notices it. What happened to the transport ship? Transport ship is still here, but what it really accomplishes, we don't know. Trebs are on the hill now, killing this castle. That castle was never going to stay up, though, for komtan. He just now got wheelbarrow, and his worker efficiency has not been high this entire game. Still really struggling for resources. Started adding some farm eco. Only has 6 on gold, which is going to hurt him a little bit, but oh my god! My man wants the gold, boys and girls. My man wants the gold. And he sets up a TC on this one. Red going for his third castle of the game over on this side. And blue! Oh my god, komtan! With the unexpected play, he loses his castle over here, but Red repositioned all of his military to protect this castle. He did not expect komtan to be pushing up the hill with rams, villagers repairing the rams. It looks like, did Somero have murder holes, or is that castle trying to attack those villas and the ram is actually blocking the fire? It looks like he actually has murder holes, unironically. More monks going down, castle dying. That was such a heads up play from komtan. Red did not even consider the idea that komtan would push this castle. He had all of his stuff down here to protect this one. And now he's lost his most valuable castle on that hill. He did get this castle up over here, so he's going to be able to deny that gold from komtan. But komtan will see the villas up here from Somero. And komtan is going to be even in villager count. Still not in Imperial Age, but what is Imperial Age really giving Somero at the moment? There's no more castles for him to hit. Okay, he can go target this one. But this castle is down over here, and he's still struggling on the northern side. Actually crazy play from komtan to keep things alive when his opponent is Imperial and he's hard stuck in Castle Age. Loses one conch, loses another conch, but he should be fine. He's still got 19 on the field. Getting a decent number of farmers now. He's added quite a bit of food economy. Okay, never mind. He's still on berries, but still, he's getting a decent amount of food. So he's thinking about going up to Imperial Age. Still needs the gold. Only 2 on gold currently. So much flashing going on over here. This TC still being attacked from Somero. Castle's still being attacked from komtan. He's got 2 more rams in the queue. He's going to try for another ram push over here. And Somero behind this is going to start building up camels. 6 camels in the queue. He's already got 3 on the field. Doesn't have enough resources to get that heavy camel upgrade. Going for farms over here because that's the safest part of his economy. Now some Gebettos on the field for komtan as he converted them from Somero. Siege Workshop going down. This TC will follow. I'd love to see the conchs get over here. Komtan. Am I right? Watchtower. That's an interesting watchtower from Red. He knows he needs some sort of defense. Didn't have enough for a castle. and doesn't really have that much military over here. So he's just going for a watchtower to hide his villagers. Komtan will find that. Komtan's going to start picking off some of those villagers. He's briefly housed at 110 population. He has the population lead now. And he has the villager lead now, too. Somero is not producing any more vills. Somero is over here with Gebettos, but Komtan is pushing the trebuchets with rams. Somero needs to run away. He's going to lose one treb. I think he might get this one away in time. The Gebetto are going to be dealing with those rams quite nicely. But still, he needs to be worried about the conquistadors. And the ram push from this side. Komtan is still coming in here. He still has villagers to repair the rams. Look, he's going to pull it back. Oh, he didn't save it. Tragic. Didn't save this one, though. Actually, a crazy push. He just now got bloodlines. Are you serious? Komtan did not have bloodlines this entire game for his conquistadors, and he just got it now. Somero pushing in a little bit this way with camels and Gebettos. Has not yet hit the eco from Komtan. Komtan going for another TC. That's his second TC of the game only, by the way. Going for that on the gold because he needs more gold income. Somero ungarrisoning the villagers to attack that ram. Komtan, though, will try to convert them. And if he converts them, he gets more villagers to repair the rams. Oh my goodness. The push is insane. Monk's targeting the camels, looking for conversions. He gets 2, and the conch should be able to deal with these other camels. Now just 3 camels on the field. 2 camels on the field from Somero. Eco KD, yeah, 69 to 13. Another TC goes down. This villager is the hero of the game, repairing the rams. How much value has he gotten from these rams? Actually insane. Oh my goodness. Somero knows he needs to do something. And this is his answer, I suppose. Let's go for another castle. But let's make this one very aggressive. He's fed up with the aggressive castles from Komtan. Still, how is he ever going to complete that? I think he's dead. He's sending vills forward, but he has no military. He's just sending the camels to deal with these conchs. However, at the back, he's got camels, conchs, monks, and a ram still harassing him. Another TC foundation up here. That's right beside that ram, though. That's never going to work, and you can see how hard camels struggle. A literal line of death here from Somero's units. Oh, he starts building it, and immediately the ram attacks it. Oh my god. Komtan takes the first game. How? Actually, how? I want to rewind a little bit here. Was it like here? It looks so good for Somero. He had all the fish, right? He had fish on both sides. Maybe a little bit further. He had fish on both sides. He had fire ships attacking here. He was on the way to the Castle Age. His economy was looking far better than Komtan's. And even in like early Castle Age with the monasteries, with the harassment on the fish from Komtan, the dock in the middle, the extra TCs he was placing up, it looked so good for him. And Komtan just made it happen with an absolutely crazy push. Taking down that castle on the hill, taking out the Treb, and taking out the entire economy from Somero. Actually insane. We could see the numbers here. 47 conquistadors for Komtan. We've got KD is 141 to 44. That was a sick game. Please put it on YouTube. I will, dude. Hopefully I can put this whole series on YouTube. Hopefully it's just a banger. Look at this economy. You don't need it. Dude, you do not need it in order to steamroll a game. Komtan with less of everything. Even less relic gold for Komtan. But just pure military pressure. Better feudal time, better castle time. More villagers at the end of the day. But for much of the game, Somero had the advantage. You can see right here with the lighter color red. And wow, Somero is going to have to recover from that somehow. Because he was in a fantastic position. And I was talking about how like ineffective Spanish seems sometimes if someone has double monastery. But Komtan proving me wrong. That's why I'm a caster and not a player, right? Yep. Head to the intermission screen. There we go. As we can see, Komtan is up 1-0. And we look at the Civ drafts here. The second map, as we look at the home map from Somero, which is Compass, a map we haven't seen yet. What civs will they go for on Compass? This is a more water-heavy map, but there's not too much fish in the middle. So the water shouldn't last too long. Does he go for something like Persians on this map? I think it would be a good pick. Chinese could be a good pick as well. You start with villagers on an island. You have to transport them over. For Komtan, Lithuanians or Italians could be an extremely good pick. I think he's going to maybe save Japanese for his home map of Houseboat, potentially. Okay, let's go into Compass. Game number 2. Komtan versus Somero. This is Somero's home map, and he needs to make something happen here. It is a best of 3. So cannot afford to lose 2 games. Here we go. This is Compass. Now you start with villagers. You start with 3 villas and 2 fishing ships plus a transport ship. There's 4 different island areas that you can go for. And there are deep fish on this map, although they are only 225 food per fish. Would T90 have closed it out in Somero's situation? I don't know, dude. I don't know. That push from Komtan on the castle on the hill is just so unexpected. I didn't even think about that being a possibility. Because that castle with Gabetto, with Mangonels, with Monks, that castle seems so unassailable. But I think Komtan knew that Somero had all his forces at the bottom of the hill and was focused a little bit on the south side too. So he made the push and it worked out. He went super aggressive. Anyway, game number 2, Compass. We can see both players setting up their TCs on the outside. Somero going for a TC on the berries, and he's gone for the Chinese on this map. Now, Chinese don't get the extra villagers starting here, so I hope he realized that. They'll get the extra villagers as soon as the TC goes up. I know he's an old player, so maybe maybe not used to that 100%, but probably. It's his home map, so he's definitely planned it out. Komtan has gone for the Japanese. And the Japanese have super strong fishing ships, as we can see, 120 HP. They also have +2 Pierce armor. You can see 4+0 here and 4+2 over here for Komtan. There's the extra villagers coming in from Somero. You can see he's ahead in villagers, 6-3, and the fishing ships will mean that he can sustain villager production a little bit faster than Chinese normally could. Still has to get loom, but already has units on food with these fishing ships. And Komtan is being so annoying. He's trying to block the fishing ships with his transport ship. It's not going to work, dude. He just decides that he'd rather be doing other things with that, aka scouting. And he's going to have a pretty decent setup over here, too. Lots of wood he can take. Lots of deer he can take. He's going to have to go a little bit farther inland for the gold. There's always 2 boars or elephants or whatnot on these areas, by the way. So if you go to the south area, you get 2 elephants with 400 food. Whereas the west and the east, the boars only have 340 food. These are javelinas, actually. Interesting. Will Bulletchin be joining again? Probably, yeah. I hope to get him in. Is he really blocking the fishing ships? He was trying to. He was trying to, but there's so much open water here, it's really tough. You're not going to really get that much value. And see how quickly that fish disappears? Only 225 food. He's going to have to find another fish. So by the time these guys reach the feudal age, their docks will not be very efficient at all, and they're going to have to start repositioning all over the place. There are little marshlands connecting these 4 little areas here as well. So you can go across on land. It's not like you're going to be completely stuck if someone gains water control. Why didn't you sign up for this tourney? I don't really play Age of Empires on mouse and keyboard that often anymore, at least RM. Plus, I didn't want to sign up for a tourney on hosting. I'm I'm not T90, my friends. And I'm also not Nilly. And I didn't really think I could do anything. Like, who am I? I might win a Nomad game, you know? I'm not getting far. With my seeding, the way my rating is currently, I think I would be seeded like 110th in this tourney or something like that. And I would just be up against someone like Valis immediately, and I would just die. Are you good at Nomad? I'm decent at Nomad, yeah. What is your favorite map most excited for in this tournament? Nomad. Just the standard Nomad map. I think the generations that we've had so far with this new Nomad script are really good. And I'm just super excited to see more Nomad. Nunavut, thank you for the 5 gifted, dude. Thank you so much, brother. All right, so what's the game plan here? It has to be water, right? I'm just wondering, as komtan goes for a crazy amount of fishing ships. He's got 7 already. He's going for his 8th. I'm wondering if komtan decides to go for a more greedy play here. Because with the Japanese, your fishing ships take so long to die. You can almost overmake fishing ships in Dark Age, like he's done right here with 8 fishing ships. And then ignore the water pressure from your opponent, or hope that you get enough food in before your opponent can kill your fish. Fire ships take a long time to kill these. So you can almost gather enough for Castle Age before your opponent wipes up your water pressure. But there's a second dock over here from komtan. Looks like Somero has gone for a villager on this island. He's transported it from the starting island. See, there's a little fire here, which is nice. They can warm their bones after the long journey. He's transported it over to this island, so maybe thinking of a more forward dock, and there it is. komtan will see that. World Diplomacy game mode is amazing. Can we expect a team tourney in that setup? Maybe. Maybe. I'm thinking of a lot of different things. And I'm thinking of sponsors I could reach out to, too. What sponsors would be good for a world map diplomacy setting? Where I could, like, actually get a proper show match. And have, like, cash behind it, you know? Wendy's? Russia? Yeah, Russia. World domination setting. I'll hit up Putin. I'll hit him up. All right, so both players are in the feudal age. We can see 2 fire galleys coming out immediately, and it's going to be galley for komtan. Now, galleys are much more fun to play with, so I don't blame him. And galleys are really great at sniping fishing ships. I would actually suspect the galley play from Somero before komtan, just because galleys are faster at killing Japanese fishing ships than fires are. But komtan is the one going for it. And maybe he's going to be using these fishing ships as a bit of a shield. You know, maybe the fire ships are going to be distracted, and that'll give him enough time to mass the galleys. You need probably 7 or 8 galleys to feel comfortable against fire ship pressure in the feudal age. And you also need bracer too. So I'd love to see a blacksmith from komtan sometime in the future. Somero wisely going after the transport ship first. Trying to take that out. That takes away the mobility from komtan. The opportunity to go to these other areas if he wants to. I can't hear you. Thank you, Trollo, for being true to your username. Volume up, please. I think it's fine. Thank you very much. Would komtan use his fishing ships to block fire ship fire? You can do that as well. You can do that. Still no fletching for him. So he's got 5 galleys, but no fletching. And yeah, you can see how quickly the fire galleys take these out. Transport ship goes down now. Blacksmith on the way. He's building up galleys. Somero knows he needs to decrease that number quickly. Somero's also got a demolition ship. Feels kind of underwhelming against galleys. But the fire ships are going to be able to push these back. komtan might find a villager pick here. No, you don't go for that. Yep. Oh! 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 The demo ship connects. komtan not expecting it to come from this side. And Somero actually trying to block with the transport ship too. But komtan with some decent microing down these fire galleys. And you can see the advantage once galleys get into a decent mass. They can snipe the ships down, but it's all about getting them there, and he just lost 2 more. Komtan should be losing water fairly soon. Somero with 6 more fire galleys in the queue. It was a valiant attempt from Komtan. However, what these galleys have done is it's bought his fishing ships enough time to gather food. And he's got 574 in the bank, only 173 here for Somero. So Komtan is closer to going up to the castle age. He's now adding in a demolition raft, and he's still adding in galleys, so he's still massing behind this. Look at these Japanese fishing ships, man. They just don't die. They honestly don't die. It's so slow. It's so slow to take those out. They are tanks, man. Completely unconcerned fishing. And Komtan has now found the fish from Somero. He's only got 1 galley there. But he's harassing it a little bit. And the food count for him still looking really decent. Still, Eco KD, 7-1 currently in favor of Somero. KD in general, 15-3 in favor of Somero. Komtan needs to build up enough galleys, and he's almost getting to that number. Got demo ship over here. That's going to connect. That's going to take down that fire galley. They're going to take down this fire galley. And uh-oh, Somero. Things are starting to look dangerous now. I would love to see more demo rafts from Komtan, because that demo raft did so much for him. Galleys mixed with demo rafts should be good here. But Somero keeping up the production. And Somero is going to keep killing these galleys before he can mass them. So difficult for Komtan. Somero has perfect positioning through all of his docks. It's so difficult for him to gather them all up into one group and to keep them alive. Not great galley micro here. I think it's really difficult, man. I think the galley micro actually hasn't been that bad. It's just been so hard for him with this one little choke point to get all his galleys together. And yeah, he just gives up on this. There's no point. There's so many fires. There's 10 fire ships. Or sorry, fire galleys on this ocean from Somero. Somero's resources looking pretty good. Komtan's still looking pretty good, but Somero has the fishing ships. Why doesn't he just go for the fish at this point? I don't know. I don't know. He should have gone for the fish, I think, with those 4 galleys. He knew where the fish were. I think he should have definitely gone over there. But still, even with the fish still alive, it's not the greatest for Somero. He only has 4 of them. He hasn't added in any extra fishing ships. The fish are going to be pretty far away from his dock. There's only 153 left on that one, 74 left on this one. But he is up to the castle age first. Komtan needs a market. He needs to balance this gold. What is going on? Why are you adding more lumber camps when you should be adding a market, brother? After a crazy game 1, he's really struggling to get to the castle age. There we go. He has 800 food, but he doesn't have a second building. Fuck. He's getting loomed now. He's panicking. He doesn't even have a mill to make the market. Oh my god. That explains why he's not making a market. Oh no, he didn't even have the mill. We've all been there. We can all feel that pain. Did Somero make too many fire galleys? I don't think so. I think Komtan was surprised by the amount of fire galleys he made, and the fire galleys are really coming to play. And he's doing something great now. He's adding in galleys. He knows that Camaro is, or sorry, not Camaro, Komtan. I combined both of their names there, but he knows that he hasn't likely gone into these other areas, so he's going to surround Komtan with these galleys, and he's going to send them probably to these choke points. But before he does that, Komtan is already sending 2 villagers over. He's already thinking about expanding. He knows he's lost the water. He knows he needs to get to these other little areas before Somero completely cuts him off. Castle Age on the way. Galleys are harassing that TC, but there's no way they kill those in time. The War Galley upgrade isn't even in. And the blacksmith, yeah, the blacksmith went down. Oh, jeez. Comtan's eco in range of the ships from Somero, and Somero looking very comfortable on his home map here. Comtan is... What are you doing? Somero's going to find these sneak villagers unintentionally. Comtan blocked the fire with the goat. Yes! But Somero sees this. Comtan was going for some sort of sneaky forward. Somero notices this right away. Comtan walls, keeps the villager alive. And is he going for some siege monk push? He has 1,200 gold. Is this a monastery? Yes. Is a monastery. Meanwhile, on this side, Comtan's TC will die. So he's going to have no TC. Certainly has enough res to make another one. He's trying to save his villager. Comtan. Comtan? Petition to rename Comtan's name to content. This guy is nuts. All right. Second monastery. So it's going to be a sneak kind of. Sneak double monastery push. No TC, no idle TC, no worries. Yep. Oh, wow. He's adding it on the gold. Good. So he can add to that 1,500 gold that he has in the bank. Sneak, yes. What does he add behind this? Maybe if he's converting the spearman, I think I would rather convert another villager, right? Get better production. He's going for sanctity. He's going 3 monastery and redemption. And light cav is coming in from Somero. Good. This is what Somero needs. This is a very dangerous push if you don't add light cav. Zero on food. Beautiful eco. Yep. Truly beautiful eco. Needs to avoid losing this villager. Somero coming in with 3 light cav. Now, Somero plays... I think he's been playing a lot of BF recently. Ooh. Deletes the Mangonel right before it gets converted and manages killing that monk. I think he's been playing BF recently, so I think he's used to dealing with crazy monk rushes. And he went immediately into the light cav. Comtan desperately trying to save this villager. Light cav surrounding from all angles now. And the light cav... He tried to save the vill, but the light cav just goes through the hole on the other side. The monks are not going to be able to really convert these light cav. The monks are going to die. Nope, that light cav gets converted. Okay, he's got 1 now. But he has no vills forward. Meanwhile, at his home, market is dying. Lumber cants are dying, and everything is dead. And Comtan just calls the GG. If Somero didn't have this fire ship here, if these vills got in the back here and Somero didn't realize, this could have been a really deadly push. Really, really deadly. I mean, he had 1,600 gold in the bank. Could have got all the monk techs added in siege. Just 1 TC YOLO push while Somero was focused on the water. I think it could have worked, but definitely Comtan couldn't get that galley mass out and was just struggling to find an answer after that. I believe he should have gone for the fish here with those last 4 galleys. Go for the fish, take that out. Somero doesn't really have an eco advantage over you other than the extra Chinese villagers he got at the start, and you should be fine. Should Comtan have opened up forward TC into 3 monastery? Yeah, with the unsneak villagers. Yes, definitely the play. 100%. I want to see more of this map because I think that these sneaks have a lot of potential on this one. And as we can see, like, there's water play at the beginning, but how long does it last? Almost all of the fish are gone from this middle area. There's some on the sides now, but after 28 minutes and most of blue's fish being cleared up and only 4 fishing ships from red, there's not too many left in the middle area here. So I think water focus will be more for the control over the choke points than for the extra resource. Alice won yesterday with a Japanese sneak when he was down and out. Oh, that's cool. Nice. I hope the meta is sneaks on this map. That would be really interesting. Okay, let's look at the stats. Military, better KD for red, obviously. Eco, I mean, more gold for komtan. Is anyone surprised? And there's the APM graph. And we go into game number 3, I believe. Magamel casted it. Okay. If anyone wants to check out Hallis's sneak, go to Magamel's channel on Twitch. And you can check out her VODs. All right, we will update the score. So it is 1-1. And we're going now to komtan's home map. What is it? komtan's home map is Houseboat, of course. He's already picked Japanese. He's already picked Spanish. So we're going to see Italians or we're going to see Lithuanians for him. And then for Somero, I think we're probably going to see Persians. Although you could make an argument. Actually, Indians could be really strong here. Because you're gathering that shorefish at the beginning. And it's all around your TC. I think we might see Indians here. Matching up against Lithuanians probably. All right. Let's get into the game. And Houseboat. Where is it here? komtan, Houseboat. There we go. Game number 3, komtan's home map. And komtan has gone for the Lithuanians indeed. And Somero has gone for the Indians. And komtan, because he's Lithuanians, because he gets that extra food, can load all of his villagers into the ship immediately and go and make a lumber camp. Now, where are you going? Okay. You didn't see that wood line at first. He's going to make the lumber camp right there. And now he's going to start gathering food. See how many villas he has queued up? Other civilizations need to be gathering shorefish right away, just like Somero, and then they need to go out for their lumber camp later. But because Somero is Indians and he gathers shorefish faster, he can actually send those villagers out faster to get the lumber camp, and that means a faster dock for him as well. So fairly even civilizations here, and I would probably favor the Indians in the mid game against Lithuanians. They have a lot of options that they can go for. Title says Husiel versus Cosmonaut. Dude, why? I have a question. Why does Nightbot not allow my mods to change the title? Somero. That's my question. I looked yesterday. I couldn't see any permissions that I needed to enable. Finally, I've been trying to tell you. What, you've been trying to tell me my title is incorrect or that Nightbot doesn't work? I knew Nightbot didn't work. I tried yesterday. I reloaded everything. They don't have editor privileges. You shouldn't need to give editor privileges. That it's incorrect? Yeah. Sorry about that. Didn't notice. Anyway. Any idea why Indians are picked here instead of the map that has a lot of shorefish on the outer circle? Well, this is komtan's home map, right? So Somero got Indians and he can't tell komtan what map to pick. Well, he can, but komtan doesn't need to listen. So we saw Somero win on his home map previously on Compass. And he didn't have that map you're thinking of is called Graupel, right? Graupel? He didn't pick Graupel as his home map, so. What can I do to support a World Diplomacy Team tournament as a viewer? Just keep watching the World Diplomacy games. And I'll try and figure something out. Just keep watching. Keep the views high and we should be good. Those videos on YouTube keep getting views over time, which is a good sign. A lot of videos on YouTube, you'll post it. It'll get a brief burst and then it'll just stop completely. Get like 1 view over 3 months, but those ones are getting decent amount of views. And you never know with the YouTube algorithm. You could wake up one day and your video can have 50,000 views just randomly. Like 5 months after you upload it. Do latest fare well against heavy camels? No. Not at all. No. No. Post more shorts about World Diplo on YouTube. I don't like shorts on my channel. I was thinking about making a shorts channel maybe, just for dedicated shorts content, but on my main one, I don't like it. Because I feel a lot of people look at my main channel not on their phone, on desktop. Do latest farewell against Mass Help? No. Alright, so Somero scouted komtan. It's not too hard to find him, but he did scout him. And he lost a lot of HP on his scout, which is bad if he's going for a forward dock strategy or if he's trying to deny the forward dock strategy from komtan, which we see a lot on this map. You know, if komtan was coming forward with a villager, it's going to be really tough to kill that vill with a scout that's only at 21 HP. It's going to be really tough to protect this villager that he's sending forward. He's just now getting loom and he's thinking about going up to the next stage with that low scout. komtan exploring with the transport ship, maybe looking for potential dock from Somero as he sneaks around this left-hand side. Also amazed that komtan has gone for a mill over here on these berries rather than this berries. A lot of the times you'll see players put a mill between the shorefish and the berries, but I guess komtan is looking after some more sustainable food sources. And he's going to the bigger berry bush. And he's also going to pull the elephant beside this mill. Yo, Pompous Knight, thank you for the gifted subs, dude. Thank you. All right, Somero got the vill over here. komtan has not yet sent a vill forward, and can komtan see this? I think he should be scouting these areas. Should be aware at all times what's around his pond, because this is definitely the meta on this map. To be fair to komtan, though, these were played during the week, and players haven't had a chance to watch any of the wrecks from the other competitors. So maybe they don't know that the forward dock is the meta. Maybe it isn't the meta. Maybe it's only the meta for the round of 128. The meta for komtan apparently is sending 2 sneak vills. He did it last game, and he's doing it again this game, and I like it. As all of you know, I am a fan of sending 2 vills, because if your opponent finds 1, they will assume that they completely cleared up the sneak, and your second one will hit them. Of course, it also hurts your eco to send 2 instead of 1, but, you know, we won't talk about that. All right, fire galleys on the way from Somero. komtan. Any spot that he still can't see it. And he's just going to be in feudal age, and the fire galleys are going to pop out, and the TC doesn't even give him any protection. He has no villagers on here. If I'm Somero, I'm looking for that transport ship. If you kill that transport ship, you're essentially idling the entire TC from your opponent. Where are these villagers? Okay, they're going for the dock. He's going for a forward dock of his own. Somero can't spot that and probably won't expect it on this position. All of Somero's resources are forward. Gonna have to be careful when this scout loops around. Fire ship's still doing damage here, and Somero's gone for a trush. Somero has gone for a trush on that wood line. komtan deletes the defensive tower. He evacuates from the wood line. He's going to have to go to this lumber camp. Somero arrives there with the scout, but that's a death wish for that scout. And komtan now, with some villagers in the middle, will be able to garrison this TC, get a little bit of extra damage against the fire ships, and has a fire ship of his own in defense. Not making another one, though, so he needs to be careful. Definitely needs to be careful not to lose this fish, and more importantly, his transport ship for free. Outpost over here from komtan. It's going for a fire galley now. Somero not yet making his own, and komtan is now going for the tower rush. He deleted that defensive tower. He had enough stone left over for an outpost and for a tower, and now Somero has no stone to make the counter tower. And komtan is going to be hitting his fish at the same time. Meanwhile, at home, komtan is losing his fish. The TC doesn't have enough villagers garrison to give it enough damage for Somero to care. He's going to tank that TC fire. Still has villagers idle over here. And komtan has vills that he can repair with, so He can probably protect this area, but he doesn't have a transport ship. The transport ship died. So that TC is going to be idle. Villager going down for Somero. He's attacking the tower now. Can komtan wall behind these villas? Maybe he can wall them in. He's trying to garrison. He's trying to get out. He needs to delete the wall. komtan? Oh, God. He wasn't paying attention to that. I think he was paying attention over here as Somero goes for another tower. And komtan is fighting villager on villager. It's also pressuring the fish a little bit from Somero. Okay. Somero says, sorry, go, but I will have to pause again soon. Someone arrives. Someone arrives. Hope it's someone special. Okay, kill the transport ship. No transport for komtan. My man has 8 villagers garrisoned in this TC. You are doing so much damage if you kill the transport, and I think he just wiped up the transport from Somero as well. So Somero's gonna have villagers garrisoned too. Dude, this map is just so good. It really is. I missed it so much. Not to play. I'll never play this map. Okay, villager goes down. It's the spearman rush from Somero. Imagine the Indians spearman rushing Lithuanians. And he's going to try and save this villager. I think he lost another one back here. He lost the tower foundation. Another villager is over here somehow from komtan. He's on stone as well, so he could go for another tower. He'd also go for a galley to cut off that stone. But there's still fire galleys on here from Somero. And 3 more in the queue, so he needs to be careful. He's going to go for a tower instead. And, oh, komtan made himself a transport ship. Somero was not paying attention. komtan gets away with the villagers. I don't think he's going to get away with this one, though. Still, 100... What is that? 125 wood for a transport ship to save 5 villagers? I think it's worth it. As he loses 2 more to spearmen. Oh, my goodness. Absolutely tragic. komtan now going out this way. He's still pressuring over here. Looks like a counter tower from Somero. He's still got villagers on this island. He's got 8 villagers idle. It's his turn now. And he's not going for a transport ship. There we go. Transport is queued behind the fire. komtan still has this villager around here, so he could repair this fire ship theoretically. What's going on over here? Still more spearmen from Somero. He's still pressuring with these fire galleys. And still 3 villagers from komtan garrison. And for another game in a row, second game in a row, komtan has so much gold available. So much gold in the bank. What is this fire doing? It's shooting backwards? Where's the villa from komtan? It's back here. And the transport ship is there from Somero. I think Somero has weathered the storm here. Got some great pressure early with the tower. Of course, had the dock up way earlier than komtan. Wow, komtan actually still has box turtles there to gather. That's nice for him. And managed to kill the fish or the transport ship way earlier too. komtan now with some spearmen of his own. He goes for the market. Maybe he can buy his way up. Desperation times for the Japanese player. I love how both of them had 8 villagers idle in the middle area at one point. Is there an argument if your transport ship gets killed this early and you have the res? Is there an argument for deleting your TC and placing it out here in Feudal Age? I think there is. Honestly, I think it's time. Douche. On it, douche. You're not too far away. Set it up. All right, spearman coming in again from Somero. komtan villager fighting. He's got a lot of weak vills here. I think he needs to make a tower here just to garrison his villagers if the spearmen come in again. Just to keep them safe as Somero comes forward with another villain. komtan is coming forward with a really ballsy tower in the wood line from Somero. Needs to wall in front of that for sure. This can be battered down so easily from the Czech player, and he's not even noticing. He's so busy over here, and there we go. Komtan has deleted his TC and is placing a TC on the outside in the feudal age. He's trying to make something happen. The spearmen here are still doing damage from Somero. Komtan has walled in this tower. Somero has not noticed this yet. And Komtan is about to click up to Castle Age. No way. 27 villagers. 43 vills for Somero. Komtan will be able to click up to the Castle Age. All he was waiting for was that TC. Oh, he needs another building. He needs a blacksmith, stable, or an archer range. And he doesn't have the wood. Oh, no. He has the gold and the food, but he doesn't have the wood. Trying to wall in this ville weirdly. Lame the gold a little bit, maybe. Oh, my goodness. What is going on in this game? Okay, please make a blacksmith. Or something. He has a 149 wood. Tilting. Actually tilting. But the spearmen from Somero are running right into the TC fire. And a lot of those are going to die. Still, they're only spearmen. Komtan needs that second building at some point. Somero also looks like he might be losing villagers over here. The woodline's certainly idle. Not enough vills garrison there from Komtan to do the damage that he needs to. One villager goes down only. And it's 20 vills ahead from Somero. Although the fishing ships are counted on that, so it's only 17 villagers ahead, really. Somero thinking about clicking up the castle. Komtan will be on the way right now. Somehow. Some way. Villagers still forward from Somero. Spearmen still forward from Somero. Somero still has his TC on the middle, so I guess there's a little bit of added idle time for Somero because he needs to transport villagers still. Whereas Komtan is completely comfortable out here on the outer edge. What can he make happen? He has the villager forward, right? He has vills forward still. He goes for some sort of siege push. Maybe it could be devastating, but he has no gold over here. He's been cut off at the back. Is he looking for other gold? He was sending vills out here, but there's an army from Somero. What do you do if you're in Komtan's position? You can't, you have no res for anything. And now your forward villagers have been found too. When you delete TC and build a new one, does that count as idle TC on capture age? I don't know. That's an excellent question. Okay, target the archers. Komtan with no fletchings, so that tower is going to struggle. He's going to be in the castle age. Looks like he killed a lot of the spearmen from Somero, but once again, what do you do here? What can you even make? Going for a lumber camp. Not on stone for a castle. He's not on gold. He doesn't have any real gold in the bank. He can make one monk if he wants to. Doesn't have a stable. Okay, he's found the gold back here. He's going for that. Komtan? Siege workshop. Oh my god, he doesn't have any gold, folks. Oh my god, and Somero's gonna find this likely with the spearmen. He's going monk siege push. Monastery siege workshop. I think he's gonna have to make a ram first. Honestly, yeah, and attack the archer range. The ram is in the queue. 15 on gold now for Komtan. But they haven't been gathering for very long, so it's gonna take them time to bring in that gold and for him to have enough gold for a monk. Somero is balancing his res. He's going for stables. And he's getting the armor, and he has double stable already. So the archer range is... It's not going to care if it goes down at this point. I'd love to see light cav from Somero for the second straight game. Sees the monastery from Komtan. Knows that Komtan's res is going to be really rough. I mean, he's heading into this gold here. Great map awareness from here. He's towering this gold. Somero's playing really great. In this crazy game, Somero is prioritizing all the right things. Took out the water first, came over, towered the wood line. He's been harassing the golds, harassing the food income from Komtan. Why camels? Indians can't make knights, so I guess camels are good for the raids. And, I mean, there's no monks on the field yet from Komtan. He doesn't have the gold, dude. Komtan says, GG, good luck next. Incredible play from Somero. He was all over the place. He went for forward docks into tower rush into spearman spam with Indians. Really, really good stuff. That was a great set, honestly. Komtan coming back in that first game, but Somero taking the victory. Who's the higher seed? Well, we can see that when we go back to the other screen in a second here. KD exactly even, but the economy for Komtan, I mean, he just couldn't produce villas for a long time. He didn't have the food, right? And then he had 8 idle villagers on the TC island. He couldn't get them off. Had to delete that TC, build another TC, and Somero was producing that whole time. In the later knockout rounds, are there more Civ bans? Yes, there are more Civ bans. How are the seeds decided? 1v1 rating on the ladder. 1v1 elo is how they decided it. Villager max 54 versus 31, and that was that was a nutty game. Houseboat has delivered every single game so far. Honestly, it's been really good. I'm happy. We'll see when it gets to the top guys how they play it, because always the top players play way more defensively than these guys. So we'll see what sort of strategies they go for. Komtan eco straight doo-doo in all the games this set. Yep. He's not an eco player, man. He is a military fighting player for sure. Thank you for all the follows, by the way, folks. And we can see Somero making it through that set. And Somero was the lower seed. He was seed 71. And Komtan was seed 58. So I mean, Komtan was the favorite, judging by elo going into that.